fall you guys had in this 2013-2014 season?
It was actually, I don't want to say it exceeded my expectations because I always have high expectations for my team. But I would say that it was a pleasant surprise to watch the way the ladies competed from the outset at Coastal Georgia. Really solid finish against a good field down there, highlighted by Alexa Rippey's two-round record total in her first tournament as a freshman. Shot 76-75. That was awesome for a two-round total. And then Kaylin King brought home an even par 72 that day in the second round, and so there were some highlights from the very beginning of the fall season. It was great to come back home and win our own tournament, the Trevecca Invitational, which has kind of become a tradition for several programs to join us out there at Old Hickory. Stellar team play all the way around. I was very proud of the ladies, the way they competed, the way they handled themselves. And we received nice compliments even about the way we handled the tournament as hosts. And then to play as well as we did at the Berry College tournament, coming in third place against a great field, and a solid finish at the league tournament. It was a great fall for us.
The spring schedule, you always, and I know Robbie does this too, you look at the tournaments, you really agonize somewhat over which tournaments you're going to go to and all the strategy that goes into it, and also key locations.
It's like real estate. They talk about location. I'm kind of smiling about the question about where to play. We're in this new reality of needing to play in the region for D2 that we're now judged against. But that's all toward the north, and if I could play south of Orlando, every tournament, I would probably try to do that right now.
Real quickly, talk about the spring schedule though, and
specifically the schedule that we have laid out for us is again a really good opportunity for us to measure ourselves against some really good programs. We'll lead off this next week at the Berry College tournament at Coosa Country Club, a favorite venue of mine. Then we'll be back here in town to play as the only non-Division I team in the Tennessee State tournament. I'm really excited to see how we measure up against Division I caliber competition, including some locals like Belmont and Lipscomb. And then I'm also very excited about the opportunity that we have. Ohio Valley in April. Ohio Valley University is hosting a terrific tournament, perhaps as many as 16 to 18 teams, Division II teams, mostly from that Mid-East and Midwest area that will allow us to really begin to gauge where we are against the schools that we'll be competing against for regional rankings as we move into D2 officially next year.
The GMAC tournament comes up after that, and that's something I know that you and your team have thought about a lot. You won it last year, the inaugural. You were the preseason favorites this year in the GMAC preseason poll. Just talk about that and maybe the pressure and the anticipation and all. How do you handle all that, and how does this team deal with that?
In the GMAC poll, coaches are not allowed to vote for their own team. But if I were to be honest, I would have said that we should be the favorite this year based on performance in the fall and based on who we have on the team. And I say that in humility. But I think anytime you have the recognition of your peers and the schools against which you'll be competing, I think you can approach it one of two ways. You can feel pressure, or you can embrace it, and you can say this is who we need to think of ourselves as being. And I think our team is certainly capable of relishing that role of favorite. That doesn't mean that it's just going to be handed to us. We'll have to go out and play well and earn that, because I do believe that Ursuline and a couple of the other programs are certainly capable of playing well and giving us a run for our money. But I'm looking forward to the attempt to repeat as GMAC champion.
As we look forward to the future, you talked about moving into the region and all that mattering next year and starting to schedule that way. That also goes with recruiting. You had a really nice signee in the early signing period, and just talk about that and your goals moving forward.
Recruiting is like any other competition. You win some and you lose some, and we've lost out on a couple of young ladies that we were really hopeful of getting here to Trevecca. But I am so excited about having Lauren Welch join us from Donaldson Christian Academy right here in town. She's just an outstanding young lady, and in many respects already feels like a part of the team, just in terms of her interaction with the girls we have on the team right now. She's going to be a great addition to our program and to our university.